4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, this is Lacey. We were on our week 3 of our FastTrack patterns and combos class. Patrick took over for this series, so we went over building off of the next level series. We went over a lot of different types of whips. So have at it.
So tonight we went over 2 different types of whips and adding them into our combinations for the patterns. First off, we went over how to do an open whip. So we started off by going 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that was called an open whip.
And remember that we treated it just like a regular whip on one arm. This is just ancillary at this point. So we treat it like a little baby tiny J hook over here. And instead of catching the back, we let them walk by. Do another little baby J hook there. Not a huge one. We're not trying to yeet them out to the world, remember? But now we have this ancillary arm. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah?
So we went over that whip first. And then we added on another piece called a basket whip. So basket whip is where you go 1, 2, you're lifting the arm up to check your watch. You're allowing your follow to go through. They're going to go straight through, which is a little different for the follow on the whip. You go 3 and 4. So here you are still stepping down the line at an angle, but you're not pulling your partner. So you're going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay.
Now the technique behind this, remember in a basket whip, we're treating this like the follow needs to go straight. So the follow's wrist does not cross the midline initiating rotation. So for the follow's point of view, it feels like just a regular side pass, a regular right side pass. But there's this ancillary arm that's going to stay low in loosey-goosey armpit space. We're feeling like, oh, it's going to be a pass. Oh, snap, I'm trapped. Oh, snap, he's walking backwards. And so I have to go backwards. Yeah. And so we're finding the boing on that end. So we're going walking straight until I'm told otherwise. I have to keep armpit space or else I am going to choke myself, which is weird, right? And he has to keep armpit space because if he collapses, now we're both feeling really constricted. Yeah, so we both have to be very expansive, even though this is a kind of tight area, right? Leads, you still need to step diagonal down the line. You cannot step just straight across. You still need to initiate the movement down line.
After that, we learned both of those. We decided to squish them together. So you're going to start off by doing an open whip, and then mid-whip, you're going to go into the
basket whip.
The basket whip. Sorry. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay? One more time. It's open whip.
Boom, tick, tick, boom, 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 tick, tick, boom, 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 tick, tick, boom.
Okay. From there, we decided to go to another whip. It's called a tomahawk whip. There's lots of different names for it. It's just what I call it because it's like throwing a tomahawk. Okay. So you're going to start off with odd handhold, not from your regular handhold, the opposite side. So you're going to start off by doing a tomahawk whip. You're going to go 1, step 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. During that, you're going to go 1, step 2, lift the arm up. 3 and 4 to catch the follow. Step across diagonally on your 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Speaking of the stepping across diagonally, it can be on 4, it can be on 5. It's based on people's body mobility. It's based on people's how quickly they rotate, and that's a perfectly fine preference. If you're wanting to wait until there's an adequate enough stretch that you can step down on 4 or step down on 5, that's perfectly fine. It's based on your partnership. One thing I want to mention with my follows is that, see here on this step, we're stepping 1. Notice there's a slight prep. He's trying to bring my wrist across my midline just ever so slightly. It's not past my midline per se, but I am trying to follow my sternum to my wrist. From there, when he opens up, just like an outside turn, so my hand is going outside, I'm following my wrist, I want to make sure I'm safe by keeping armpit space. And as soon as his hand goes to my spine, I am thinking this is a regular whip. I am not going to flare my elbows out 90 degrees. I'm keeping it underneath myself. If you want to go higher, you can go upwards with this and make it a little bit of a flare like this. A little, I don't know. But you don't want the elbow to go out. I know there's this action from this moment. So we got a 1, open 2, turn 3. I know it feels like it, but I'm only having maybe a 30-degree rotation of my humerus. So it's not going to go out far, right? And you want to keep it nice in your vicinity. For the leads, there's a slight rotation of the chest, right? You're always trying to follow your own wrist. Again, because this is not like a regular reverse whip, it's a reverse whip in the fact that I turn to my left, but the lead needs to create this action when I'm on my second foot. That's why there's this slight prep on the 2 before the rotation. That's why we have that.
Yep. And when we decided to add on a little extra to the end, we decided to do a rollout with your wrist. So leads, when they come off, you come off the outside turn, you're going to roll your wrist out. Okay, so it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
So notice where his ribs went. Notice that there's this little cheat code of a paddle hand.
All I did was rotate my ribs and open my hand.
There's already a lot of rotation in the follow anyways. So we have this, notice my angle, right? And as he takes a step across, I'm already in the process of turning around anyways. Just normal whips, I turn 180, right? But here, because he turns his chest a little bit further and he releases that paddle hand, I get an extra rotation as an outside turn. So that's how that works. So all together, what it looks like, we got a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and an 8.
And leads, remember, don't reach out and try to grab hands. You just lay your hand flat out there. Follows will place their hand in your hand.
One actual little bit, if follows with mobility issues, it is perfectly fine to not be right on the 8 count. That is perfectly okay. So let's say there's that rotation, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. Once he lets go, that's not his problem. Like, he led the rotation. I can take my happy time. Yeah, because if you have vertigo issues and if you have any kind of like knee issues, you need to be respectful of your own body. Practice consent with your own self first. Was there anything else?
That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That'll be awesome.